Hello! I'm still in Wales. I've been on adventures if you're interested in Roman ruins. There's not many Roman ruins left at Usk, although it was a really main town at one time for the people in, for the people of Usk. Hello, Philip! So I went to Usk and then I went to Kaiwent, which is a very interesting place. It's massive and I didn't realise. Now it's a very small village. But at one time it was I think it's the market town of the Silures, and then it became a Roman fortress town. But it's absolutely huge. I mean, I saw a few things, and there were figs and grapes there, so that's something. So I've got quite a lot of. I show you them. I mean, I had them yesterday. I've had them pretty much for every meal since. I don't know how far this'll. Where have they gone? They've disappeared. Yes, here they are. Look at this. Look at my Something's falling on the floor. Figs and grapes. Figs and grapes. So yeah, I'm all right for figs for a little while, and grapes. Although the grapes are very, very sour, not really much good. Somebody said that Michael Gove had said that he didn't mind about climate change because of all the wonderful grapes and sparkling wine we could have. They're horrible. They look beautiful, but they are. Look, they're like little knobs of. It was more of a prop, really, than anything else that I got them because they were there in the Roman town. And the figs are just real figs. I've eaten the biggest ones, but these are fairly big. I mean, I've bought them when they're on season, and you get quite a lot. There was like a little basket out for people to take them. It said, take the vegetables, take the fruit, and give money for the chickens. So that's what we gave money for the chickens and took their fresh figs and things, and the grapes were just falling out. They were sort of there for the taking, really. They've got pips in them. They're very sour, a bit dry. So the sort of wine that you could make from these. I don't know. It might rot you from the inside out, really. But the figs are nice. So I'm going to be very regular indeed. Very tough grape skins on those. So I'll put that up. I've just been frustratingly trying to edit them, and it's getting really frustrating. I don't know, my technology is not really up to it. So it's going to be quite a long video. There was about 27 minutes of footage. I'm going to whittle it down. That's Usk and Kaiwent. And Kaiwent, there's more to see. So it's going to be la, here's Usk, Law. Usk. And then part 2, Kaiwent. So you have to wait it out, or just skip to that bit. Or just go to Usk is interesting too. There's like a little museum and various things there. I've also got other countryside walks and things to come. But I'm just falling behind. There's about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 videos that I've got the footage for but haven't edited yet because it takes so long. By the time I get there, they might have changed the goalposts again and they keep doing that. But yes, so Kaiwent and Usk coming soon to a town near you. And I'm going to Cardiff tomorrow. I'm going to go on the boat. I'm going to go on a boat to the Docklands again from the castle, so I might get some nice footage there. And they've got an Eisteddfod. They've got an Eisteddfod, the national Eisteddfod. They've just had the international Eisteddfod, and now they've got the national Eisteddfod. Now I used to like Eisteddfods when I was a kid because in my school you just do like painting and no pole dark. But I am going to watch Florence Foster Jenkins, which is why I'm half an hour early, because I like a good bit of not being able to singing. I don't know why, it just appeals to me on some deep, visceral level, I think. So I'm going to watch that film probably at past. So you only got me till then. And then, yes, so bad singing. Very close to my heart, knowing how I sing. And what was I saying? Oh yes, so I'm going to go to the Eisteddfod. I'm not going to take part in the Eisteddfod. I did like taking part in Eisteddfod. I used to get lots of ribbons. In my school, we used to like recite poems and sing songs in Welsh. and do paintings and all sorts of stuff. And I used to win lots and lots of prizes, but not that many. I won a few first prizes with, I think it was a red ribbon for the first prize. I think it was a white ribbon for the third prize. So I mostly won the third prize. So I'm good, but not that good. I'm sort of sort of good at most things. So, but I was happy. I was not happy if I didn't win something. I never really won the recitations with the poems and things. There were other people that got in there that were like, it's favoritism. Hello, Brecon, yay! I like Brecon. Yeah, Brecon is where I did some footage of Brecon, but I didn't put it up because I didn't really. It was a dull old day. But I used to work in Brecon, at the Brecon and Radnor Express, and so that is, you know, I changed though. It's weird, and there's a little church in the centre of the town, which was closed when I went there. It had closed the day before, so I couldn't really get anything about that. But I mean, I'm not sure I'd ever been in there before. It's like stuff that I hadn't noticed when I lived there. I only lived there for like 7 or 8 months, I think. But there's, maybe not even that, but there's stuff there that I was just like, this doesn't seem familiar. I mean, here is the Brecon and Radnor Express. That is still there. Everything else seems different somehow. So, I don't know, when you're in a town, you see it in a different way to when you're a tourist. But I come to it as a tourist way before. And it seemed different to then. Maybe I'm just imagining it. Maybe I'd gone somewhere else instead. That's probably it. So yes, Brecon, lovely place. And I'm going to Cardiff tomorrow. I've done Usk and Kai went. So if there's anywhere else that you want me to see before I go back on Wednesday to London for a week, let me know very quickly, and I won't be able to do anything about it. But next time I'll put that on my go to see list. Oh yeah, go to sea. That's what I'll do. I'll go to sea. I'll do a round the trip voyage, maybe. And yes, and Edinburgh. I'm looking forward to Edinburgh because I still haven't written my show. It is a work in progress at this stage. I've got an idea for the beginning. I've got an idea for the end, and I've got an idea for the middle, but not an awful lot of. So structurally, I've got a beginning, middle, and end. Content-wise, maybe not so much, but maybe that leaves me with freedom to experiment, and I am going to bill it as work in progress. So there is that. If you want to come and see me, please do. Bear in mind that you as the audience will probably be contributing to how it comes out, because I might need a lot of feedback as I'm going along. So yes. So lots of things have been going on. Yes, I've eaten figs, I've eaten grapes, I've been places, I've seen people, people I know already mostly. And the punch bowl, did you see that? My last video? That was fun because we got completely lost again. I'm always getting lost. I've got a sort of half a sense of direction in that I know where I'm supposed to go, and I know that I haven't gone there most of the time. So it's very much like my life, really. I know exactly what it is that I've done wrong, but I don't know how to put it right again. I'll just stumble until I get there, and if I don't get there, then I'll just carry on. Ever forward, reaching that zenith, that nirvana, that Shangri-La, that place far away in the distance. I can see it. I can see it. It's so close. I can nearly touch it. I can eat it like one of those figs. Figs. But I probably need to wash that before I eat it. They're nice. They're very earthy. I don't know whether anybody's familiar with fresh figs. I mean, I buy them in the shops and they're usually quite sweet, and sometimes they're not. These are very earthy figs, and it could be because they are not really native to this country. And it could be just because they're slightly, that one's not off, but there are a few that are. I like them, and I thought, oh, I'll share them with my family. So I cut one in 4, and I had some, and I gave some to my mum. I was like, taste this lovely fig. And then I gave some to my dad, and he went, bleh, and he wasted a quarter of my fig, and I could have eaten that. So I'm a little bit annoyed about that. I mean, figs, fresh figs have got a very different taste to dried figs. If anybody is aware of that, I don't know know whether they are. There is, I think, an ancient Arabian saying, don't mix dried figs with fresh figs. But I think, actually, that was more about making sure that if you've got some sort of, is it saraglio? If you've got some sort of harem, then don't let the young girls talk to the old girls, because they will sort of tell each other secrets, and you'll just have a big load of people being resentful about the whole thing. I might be wrong, but I think that the saying is probably not about actual figs. Just a thought. Just my interpretation about something. I'm not sure where that comes from, because I've looked it up since, and I thought it seems to be, maybe it's about dates. Don't mix your old dates with your new dates, which would be more obvious and not so much of an analogy as a obviously don't let your old dates talk to your new dates. That's not a good idea at all. Yeah. So yeah, anybody got any questions about figs? And that's another thing, I've got a theory about the Garden of Eden, which obviously didn't really exist. I don't know whether I've destroyed your dreams and hopes and beliefs and stuff there. Your belief system's destroyed, yeah. Adam and Eve didn't exist. No! They weren't real people, no! But there's probably not really an apple as much as a fig in that Garden of Eden, because they cover their nakedity, they cover their bits with fig leaves. So if there's a fig tree, they probably ate the fig. And fig is a very sensual fruit. There is a very definite, they're not supposedly not vegan, because the way that they turn big. There's a little wasp that lays its egg inside, and then a little wasp grub grows inside and eats and fertilizes it in the flower, and then by the time you eat it, there's not a dead wasp in it, obviously, because if they were dead, then it would be no good as a life cycle mechanism for the wasps. So they hatch out and they go away. So you're sort of eating the residue of wasps, and some people say that's not vegan. I say it's not a wasp anymore, and it's nice. Anyway, they have got because, I mean, look at them, right? First of all, so what was that, and also, they've got all sorts of, you've got two, so depending on you put them, you've got there, figs that way, and you've got figs that way, pair of figs, and don't give a fig. You've got all sorts of fig-related imagery, cough, cough. So all sorts of fig-related imagery, and they taste sort of earthy and sort of human body-y. There's a sort of fragrance about them that's not quite vegetable. It's more sort of an animal fruit, and maybe that's because of the dead wasp inside. Who can say? Anyway, I think that it's definitely figs that the serpent persuaded Eve to eat from the tree and gave some to Adam. So maybe my dad spitting it out was in some strange way. I don't even think I want to go here anymore. No, so figs. Look at it. They're lovely. And they've got the seeds inside as well. They're full of seeds. Figs. Dirty, dirty, dirty fruit. The dirtiest of all the fruits. And again, the whole thing about So, you can say a lot about fruit. You definitely can. An awful lot. And grapes. Bunch of grapes. Don't know whether that's in any way sexual. It's quite disturbing if you start wondering, what does that remind you of? Yeah, it's nice though. That's very bacchanalian, isn't it? Grapes. They're nice in a sort of weird way, those. Very, very strange. Yes, so has anybody got any questions about grapes or figs that I can enlighten you with? No, clearly not. That was my lesson for today. Whoa! Who's that? Hello? What's that? Oh, my father needs to go. Bacchanalian grapes are definitely everyone's favourite kind. You can, prancing. They're very like the ones, I think there's a poem by Caravaggio. Poem? Painting, I mean. Painting by Caravaggio where you've got Bacchus eating the grapes and yeah, they're very like that. They're very realistic grapes, aren't they? That's because they're real, Elise. Yes, of course. So, yes, talking of paintings, look at this. This is a reproduction of a Bruegel. You might not have seen before. I think it's quite small. My dad did this. It's but it's tiny, right? But he decided to. It's got all sorts of things going on. And here, this people here, we weren't sure. He wasn't sure whether it was a man or a woman. It's very difficult to tell in the original. So I think he sort of compromised, and it's sort of a man now. But it looks a bit like a woman. I don't know whether it's some sort of rich sort of Puritan-y type people, before Puritans even exist, in Holland, giving alms to the poor. Not this sort of arm. Alms, alms for a miserable woman. Yes, that's a lovely painting, isn't it? So you've seen paintings, you've had an art history tour. Ooh, art history, yay. And the whole history of everything. So look forward. Or not. Look forward to my Kaya Went thing. I'm going to get back to editing it and I will put it up shortly. As I said, I'm away in Cardiff tomorrow, so I'll do some more filming. Tuesday, maybe I'll get something up on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I'm going back. I'm travelling up to that there, London. So maybe most of my videos will be edited in the week between London and Edinburgh. Who can say? But I think probably now I'm going to wind it down. This is one of my very shortest ones. One of my shorter ones, even though it's 17 minutes. One of my shorter live chats. And I'm going to watch Florence Foster Jenkins and sing along. Maybe. Look her up on YouTube, by the way, the real one. It is a bit of a noise. But apparently somebody said that she had a disease that made her not be able to hear what she was singing. Which explains some of it. Doesn't explain all of it, and surely she must have known. Did she do it deliberately? Was it an act? I don't know whether that's going to be revealed in the actual fictionalized version of her. But of course Meryl Streep famously can't sing. She was in Mamma Mia. Boom. It wasn't really her that was the worst in there, obviously. The old James Bond. Yes, I got that, yes. The old James Bond that's not one of his talents. One of his many talents. Not one of those. No. I don't know whether I should see Mamma Mia 2. My auntie saw it for her birthday and said it was very good. But I don't know. Having seen the first one, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it. Pierce Brosnan, that's him. What a good voice he's got. Just like Florence Bader Ginsburg, that's not her name. Flojo, that was not her name. What's her name? Florence Parker Bowles. No, Florence Foster Jenkins, that's it. Florence Foster Jenkins. He's just as good as her. Just as, if not better. Yes. So, I'm going to go and see that. Foster Jenkins, yes. Not. So, I'll see that now, and I will see you very shortly. Very shortly. I'll do another one of these live chats when I'll be back in London. Back in London. Back at the bottom of my stairs in London. With another sort of, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll look for guidance and help. So, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.